Steve Perry did an interview today with Jim Brickman. He mentioned doing a duet with Sade, and could he be hinting around at a tour? We'll talk about all those things and much more coming right up. Stay tuned.
Three, two, one.
Hello, everybody. It's Gary Stuckey. Welcome back to another episode of Steve Perry News. Steve Perry did an interview today with Jim Brickman. That appeared online a few hours ago, and been thinking about a lot of those things he talked about. You know, it's a really great interview. Go check it out on YouTube, on Jim Brickman's YouTube page. Very interesting. They talked about a lot of different things, you know, not the normal stuff, you know, about Journey or things like that, but talked about, you know, how this isn't a comeback, he says. He's talking about his return to music with, you know, traces and things like that, but talking about his vocal style when he's writing a song, you know, in his range and things like that. Very interesting topics, but he does mention that he'd like to work with Sade, you know, the singer Sade, great voice, and Steve says she's got an awesome voice, you know, and it's sexy, and he'd like to work with her, and thinks it will be a great match. What do you think? I think it'd be awesome. And he said she's like the number one on top of his list, and he says he's going to call her, you know, so we'll see what happens. So there's a lot of talk there about some, you know, maybe some duets, you know, so maybe that would be a cool project coming up in the future. Steve Perry, the Duets album, right? But also he talks about, they kind of hinted around with Jim, and he was talking about the ups and downs, you know, like when he's on tour, you know, he said you spend like 22 hours doing whatever, you know, you're singing on stage, but the in-between time, he says, is what's killer. And he even brought up the Dan Fogelberg song, you know, where he mentions that, you know, the crowd is heavenly. You know, the fans are heavenly, you know, when you're performing, but traveling is hell, is what the Dan Fogelberg song used to say, you know. Talking about, you remember that song, Same Old Lang Syne song. Um, but, you know, so he's hinting around, you know, so you can tell that it's on his mind. So he's been debating touring, you know, so is that a sacrifice he's going to make? We'll have to wait and see, but it sounds like it's something he's been thinking about and been talking about, you know. So will there be a tour soon? Will there be a Sade duet? And today also happens to be his late girlfriend, Kelly Nash's birthday. So, you know, and I was thinking there's something might happen today on her birthday, and this interview popped up. And you know, it's a special day in Steve's mind. I know he's got a lot on his mind thinking about that. And he did say that he made promises to Kelly, more than one promise. We'll see what those promises are. Maybe he'll let us know about them one day. But we're holding on to anything from Steve. And by the way, his song, We're Still Here, is still in top 20. It dropped a few notches, but it's number 20 this week. Still holding on. Hey, this is Gary Stuckey. Don't stop believing, everybody. God bless you.